Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to a brand new video, and a brand new shirt, by the way. Do you like this Italy shirt?
That is a beautiful shirt. Tell me the story.
Well, first of all, it's a shame it's Italy, but it is a nice kit, so I'm going to wear it. It's a nice little retro shirt I got with Ellis. The video will be in his channel soon. Thogden, how are you feeling for this Prem predictions? The international break is finally over, which personally, I'm delighted about.
Thank God it's over. Next international break, I'm going bird watching, Theo.
I'm going to go do my driving license. That's my plan for next international break. I'm going to go do one of those intense courses where I learn to drive.
Nice bit of Yorkshire tea now. Last week, Scotty Pollock from Southampton Town was the guest. What a legend he is. Grandad Barry thought he was brilliant.
Yeah.
4 points to him. Thogden, you got a respectable 7 points. You know what I'm going to say. 9 points. Thogdad moves further ahead. The guest's on 42. You're on 46. I'm on 61. It's a battle for second place.
I know you're winning. I know you do this every week. It's getting repetitive. It's getting boring, actually.
You're angry. You're going down with the prices, mate. I tell you what. But who's the guest this week? Come on.
We got Babs on.
Oh, he's a legend. I love Babs.
Well, we're seeing him tonight anyway for Football Content Awards. He loves a drink. We love a drink. So... no problems.
Yes, lads, thank you very much for having your boy on the channel. It is a gargantuan dub to even be here. So, let's get predicting the Premier League predictions.
The like target this week, we got 11,000 last week, but I want more. I always want more. 12,000, it's Babs.
Dad, we're going to get more than that. The return of the Premier League, they've missed it for 2 weeks because of this bloody break. We're getting 20,000 likes.
Yeah, whatever you say, Theo.
The Prem's back. What's the first game?
What, you're going to get a Liam tattoo on your ass that never happens?
I'll do it for the third time.
Hot air.
I'll do it for the third time.
Open the window.
I'll do it for the third time. Dad, I'm hungry. We've had a delivery from HelloFresh and I'm hungry, so there you go.
Theo, you know the limits of my cooking. Beans on toast or a fryer.
There's some nice foods in there, so cook us something, big man.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit less worried now because HelloFresh have given us these recipe cards. Theo, you're going to pick one of these. Smoked sausages in brioche buns.
Okay.
Or prawn and roasted butternut squash dal. What are you going for, pal?
I know you like your prawns, so I'll go with this one. Spring onions, vegetable stock, korma paste, red split lentils, garlic, onion, coconut milk, butternut squash, and the prawns. Cool. Go on, Thogdad.
Now this is starting to look like a proper curry, isn't it?
Thogdad, you're not really a cook, but you're doing a good job here.
I am so proud of myself. This is my korma dal, which you could serve with naan bread or with rice. But it's really meant to be served by itself. I swear this is the first time in my life that I've ever cooked a curry or anything as complex as this. And HelloFresh seriously made it easy. That's magnificent.
Thogdad's not a good cook. Let's see if HelloFresh have saved him. It's nice, that. That is fresh. They're not kidding about that. It's brilliant because on the website there's so many different recipes, so many different meals. We've been sent 3 or 4 different things that we're going to be eating for the next few days. Go take a look at it. The link's in the description. You can literally choose what you want, order it, and it's giving you instructions how to make it. So if you want a lovely meal, go to the link in the description, get yourself a little HelloFresh order in. It is brilliant. I'm going to tuck in. See you later.
And the first game is Watford in 15th against Liverpool in 2nd. Watford lost to Leeds, and when that happens, you sack your manager. Claudio Ranieri is in probably for a few days. But you know what? All this waffle, it's time for a Thogdad fact. Claudio Ranieri's home win record, Theo, against Liverpool is an amazing 80%. That's a Premier League high.
Dad, that's the reason I'm wearing the Italy shirt. Ranieri, he's back in the Premier League. Dilly dang, dilly dong. I don't know. He's got a saying.
That is so wrong, it's funny.
The last time these two teams faced, Watford won 3-0. Liverpool were going on an unbeaten run for so long at the time, nobody expected it. I remember asking my mate before the game, he actually predicted Watford 3-0 as a joke. It came in. Considering this is Ranieri's first game, and he is a man that loves to create heritage moments in football, could we see a surprise Watford win?
No, we couldn't. Liverpool are unbeaten this season. They're unbeaten in 17 Premier League games. Top scorers in the league with 17. They're just too amazing. I thought the Mane and Salah goals was superb last game.
Yeah, but Dad, Alisson and Fabinho have to play 35 hours before in Brazil. It's not like they're in a cheeky little trip to Italy, jump on the Ryanair, 1 hour, 20 minute. No, they have to go through the Atlantic. There might be turbulence, there might be changes and all this stuff, I don't know.
Well, I think Kelleher will be in goal, Theo. That is an FPL shout for a week or two.
Interesting, yeah.
But overall, Theo, there's only one winner here for me. It's Liverpool. They're too good. I'm going 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 is a very likely prediction. I think Ranieri will score a goal. I think this could be 2-1 to Liverpool. I think Watford will find a way of scoring as Myla Sarr scored a brace last time they faced. Actually, you know what? I'm going to up that. 3-1. Liverpool, you like to score 3 goals away from home, so Watford 1, Liverpool 3.
Dilly ding, dilly dong, it is Watford versus Liverpool, and this is going to be a very interesting game. Now, of course, Liverpool are the favourites going into the game because they are the better team, and even though Watford haven't been in the best of form, with the fact they've got the brand new manager comes a brand new manager bounce. I'm actually going to go for potentially a 2-2 draw. It's going to be a shock, but with a brand new manager bounce, I think Watford will be up for it, especially at home. This could be quite a surprise.
Aston Villa against Wolverhampton Wanderers, 10th against 12th. It's a tasty Midlands derby. Aston Villa are unbeaten at home, Theo.
Yeah.
Can they win this one?
Yeah, they can, definitely. Dean Smith is only one of 5 teams to be unbeaten at home. They smashed Everton 3-0 at their own stadium. I think this is one of those games that if they just get it right, they will hammer him.
Yeah.
I know Hwang Ki-chan has been the match winner of the last 2 of 3 games Wolves have played, but I really think this game will go down to who wants it more. I think it'll be Dean Smith's side. I'm going to back them to win 2-1.
Wow, that is a very big shout. I think Wolverhampton are getting better in recent weeks. And you know, with these Midlands derbies, you know it's going to be tasty. I'm just going to go 1-1 and sit on the fence.
It's what you call boring, Dad.
Well, I tell you what, Babs, be less boring, mate.
Aston Villa versus Wolves. Now, this is actually a very interesting game because Wolves and Villa both have players that can definitely cause a lot of threat. In terms of Wolves on the counter-attack, Adama Traore's pace, Raul Jimenez, you've also got Hwang Ki-chan. But in terms of Aston Villa, the likes of Ollie Watkins, Emi Buendia, as all the fans will know, they've got some decent players. They're at home as well. I'm actually going to go for an Aston Villa home win. I'm going Villa 2, Wolves 1, but this is going to be a very close game.
Leicester City in 13th against Manchester United in 4th. Now, last game week, Leicester City, Vardy and Iheanacho scored, but they couldn't beat Crystal Palace. That's 4 games here without a win for Leicester. What's happening here?
Dad, they needed that international break. Just a bit of time to recover, get ready for the next games. But tell you what, the Red Devils needed it as well. That's 4 games now where I've watched them and thought, they're unconvincing. They're not looking like a team that will win the Premier League or the Champions League. They've had good solo performances, but overall as a squad, it's lacking at the moment.
Absolutely, it's 2 teams who could do better. Now, Leicester, in the last 13 games, only 1 clean sheet. That's their problem. Man United, though, I think the problem's Old Trafford there. Because away from home, the last 29 games, won 19 and drawn 10. That's amazing.
Great record away from home. But will it continue? Varane has just come out injured from the Nations League final, which is a game which I was at. Watch the vlog on my on the old channel. You know, defensively, with Lindelof and Bailly having to come in, no Maguire and Varane, you're missing your 2 first teamers at the back. That's going to seriously affect them.
Whoa, forget that, Theo. There's a goat on the pitch. His name is Cristiano Ronaldo. Leicester 1, Manchester United 2. I'm backing the Red Devils.
Is that the guy that scored 2 penalties against Luxembourg?
More waffle.
This will be a high-scoring draw. Leicester 2, United 2. And if Jamie Vardy does score, I would love to see him do the Sue celebration. Jamie Vardy should always find a way of being the shithouse that he is, that we know and love.
Theo, if you score a goal in Clash of the Creators, are you going to take your shirt off?
No, because I'm not trying to recreate Ronaldo. If I take my shirt off, I'll hold it up like Messi, because he is the GOAT.
Wow, Babs, what do you reckon's going to happen in this game, mate?
Leicester City versus Manchester United. Both teams right now are not in the best of form. Rodgers and Ollie are both under pressure. And you know what? I think this game has a draw written all over it. Even though I think United could edge it, I'm still going to go for Leicester 2, Man United 2.
Manchester City in 3rd place against Burnley in 18th. It's a Lancashire derby because Manchester is in Lancashire. Man City superb this season. Burnley couldn't score against Norwich. A lot of disappointed Burnley side.
No one in Manchester thinks they're in Lancashire.
If you're old school like me, Manchester is Lancashire.
I was in the City end away at Liverpool. They were all singing Manchester, na. They weren't singing Lancashire.
Well, Manchester in Lancashire.
Great to Manchester, thought, Dad.
Theo, how dare you? Burnley didn't beat Norwich at home. A lot of Burnley fans very disappointed. They think they've got a God-given right to beat Norwich.
Dad, listen, let's be straight up. Are City really going to go back-to-back at home, not scoring? Because that would be the first time they've done that since November 2010. If they break that record to those 2 teams, I will get a 4th Leon tattoo on my arse.
Yeah, along with the other non-existent 3. You know, Man City will absolutely hammer Burnley. If they get an early goal or 2, it could be 5. You know what, I'm just going to go for 3-0 to Manchester City.
I'm going to go 4-0 then, because City could win it 4-0, and I don't want to go the same as you. But it all depends on whether the Brazilians are back. Gabriel Jesus, Edison. Apparently what's happening is they're arranging a private jet for the City, Liverpool, and Man United players to come back straight after their matches from South America to make these games. But they're going to be jet-lagged, tired, So maybe 3-0 is probably the better prediction, but City on their day, they're unbelievable. Foden, De Bruyne, they're going to run the show. 4-0. Babs, what are you going for this one, lad?
Manchester City versus Burnley. This is the easiest prediction of the weekend. Man City always run over Burnley at home. I'm going to go as far as saying Man City 4. Burnley 0. I'm going out there. Man City, Pep Guardiola, Jack Grealish. These men are running riot.
Norwich City against Brighton and Hove Albion. It's 20th against 6th. Now, Norwich actually managed to get a point last week. Can you say anything positive about Norwich, Theo?
Yes, I can actually. They went 6 games, straight defeats. They finally picked away a draw against Burnley. A lot of people predicted Burnley to win that game, pretty easily too, because they also needed the points. So you could argue Norwich have overcome it. And maybe they can start to gain some momentum. On paper, this is a game that's winnable. It's Brighton at home. If they get it rocking, they've had an international break where they can reassess and just get ready. I would love to see an upset.
But Brighton are 2 points off the leaders, aren't they, Theo? And they've had an amazing season. Cucurella was brilliant, wasn't he, against Arsenal? I know it's a 0-0 draw. You rave about this guy, don't you?
I do. This is the thing, I find it so weird. 2 seasons ago, Norwich versus Brighton was a relegation clash. It was 2 teams fighting to survive in the Premier League. Now we're in a position where if Brighton win this game and results go their way, they could go top of the Premier League. It's mental how good Graham Potter has been. Now, one thing I would love to see that manager do is put Cucurella on the left wing back and Lamptey on the right wing back, because that would be so creative, rapid. I mean, honestly, it's the sort of game they could do it against Norwich. They could risk it. I think it would guarantee them a win. My question for you, Dad, what happens to Basuma now?
Wow, that is a very big shout. Arrested during the week and then released on bail. That can't be good for team morale. I don't want to comment on an ongoing court case, but it's not helpful. But having said that, I'm going Norwich 0, Brighton 1. I think Brighton will be tight at the back and they'll nick a goal from somewhere.
Innocent till proven guilty. We all know that. We've got to be respectful of the situation. I think this is going to be Norwich 1, Brighton 2. I'd want to see Lamptey start. Come on.
And over to you, Baz.
Norwich City versus Brighton. I know the editor watching this video, Josh. I know you're a Brighton fan, so I'm not going to give you the pleasure of praising Brighton, even though I think you are a decent little team. Norwich themselves, they are well and overdue a win sometime now. They can't go another game without a win. But Graham Potter's XG merchants, they're a decent little team. I have to give them some credit. I'm going to go for a Brighton 2-1 victory. Despite that, though, I think Norwich could pull off some sort of upset because, as I said in the Premier League, you just never know what to expect. But my final prediction is Norwich City 1, Brighton Hove Albion Seagulls FC 2.
Southampton in 17th against Leeds United in 16th. It's a relegation tussle. Now, Southampton have not won this season, but 4 draws there. They've not been terrible. Against Chelsea, they were level, weren't they, until Ward-Prowse got sent off. You were at that game, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. And I think the captain should never be sent off. I think it's a disgrace, especially being a central midfielder. You can argue that tackle wasn't a red card. It went to VAR. And it's going to be difficult for both teams. One's missing Ward-Prowse. The other could be missing Rafinha. The reason I say that is because he's on a plane from Brazil the day before, jet-lagged, tired. He was massive for Brazil. He was balling out. But is he going to be fit and ready to play? I'm unsure. I think this is going to be one of those games where, you know, there's only been 1 win in 14 games from both these teams this season. They both underperformed, it's fair to say. I'm going to sit on the fence and say 1-1. But I think both these teams will start to bounce back in the future.
Wow, all those FPL managers playing their wild cards worried about Rafinha, but he is a special player. Last game week it was Llorente, wasn't it? A goal and a clean sheet.
And I brought in the other centre-back.
I know
Cooper.
you did.
If I brought in Llorente, I would have been balling.
I know, but if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Hey,
but
that's
I
what James
reckon...
Redmond's saying, Thog Dad. You stole that from the Scouser. My favourite Scouser, by the way.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I admit that I stole that one. But Southampton 1, Leeds United 2. Thog Uncle Stuart's told me to say that.
If anything, I'd back the Saints, Dan. They've still not won a game in the Premier League.
It is winnable, but I reckon Saints will be bottom 4 this season. But over to Babs. What do you reckon, pal?
What a man.
Southampton versus Leeds United. I'm going to go for a Leeds win away from home. They've not had the best of starts, and likewise as Southampton. But in terms of Bielsa's men on the counter-attack away from home, the counter-pressing, both teams will be playing high lines, and the likes of Rafinha on fire. I'm going to go for Leeds 2, Southampton 0.
And the next game is Brentford in 7th against Chelsea, top of the table. It's a London derby. It's the upstarts against the money men, isn't it, Theo? And the oil price is high right now. Now, Brentford last game week, Visser again got a very late winner, didn't he?
4 goals, 3 games.
Amazing. But Chelsea went and beat Southampton. I thought Timo Werner had a great game, Theo.
Great game. And he has to start, because if you play like that, you've got to continue your momentum. Tuchel Guarantee he will start, I tell you that right now. But Lukaku, he's got a bit of a muscle strain. It's a risk for fantasy. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe go with Werner. Maybe that's the FPL shout that we're all not talking about.
That is so crazy. It might just work. But you know what? I think Chelsea will be as tight as ever. I think this will be a close one. I'm going Brentford 0, Chelsea 1.
Well, they're obviously going to win because I know Brentford are very good at home, but Kante's back.
Yes.
And when Kante's back, I'm sorry, Thomas Frank, you're good at home. You've had some big wins against the likes of Arsenal, some big upsets, but N'Golo, best midfielder in the world, definitely defensively. I'm backing Chelsea to win this game 2-0. I can't see the Brentford scoring again. I think the Blues will win a convincing, solid victory. Over to Babs.
Brentford versus Chelsea. Now again, I think this game could be a surprise because even though Chelsea are the heavy favourites, Brentford have already of course drawn Liverpool and also beaten Arsenal Football Club at their stadium. They are a threat, and especially when they go for a back three versus a back three, as great as a manager as Thomas Tuchel is, as they've shown in the past, when up against the back three, it can cause Tuchel's team's issues. Brentford are a very well counter-pressing outfit. They play a very compact back three. You know what? I'm going to stick my neck on the line and go as far as saying Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. I know it's mad, but it is what it is.
Everton against West Ham United, 5th against 9th. Two teams are having a really good season. And last week, Theo, you said Andros Townsend, he won't score against Man United. What happened? What a muppet.
The Toffees haven't won their 4 opening home fixtures since 1978. They would break that record with a win against West Ham on the weekend. They have more wins and goals scored against West Ham than anybody else historically. That's a fact. But is it all too good to be true?
Well, it's interesting because DCL and Richarlison could be coming back for Everton, and they've impressed me a lot this season.
Yeah.
West Ham falling away a little bit. 2 defeats in 3 games. But you know what? This game screams draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 here.
I don't think it screams draw at all. You know, the team to stop Everton is West Ham, with Antonio, who's got more contributions than anybody else in the league, apart from Mo Salah.
Yeah.
So to say and write them off like you have without, going for a win is silly. Jared Bowen and Ben Rama alongside them to stop the party. I don't think it'll happen. I back the Toffees to break that record since 1978. I think they're going to win 2-1, and I'm just going to back them. I've got a feeling things are working right now under their new manager, Rafa. It's going to click. Over to Babs.
Everton versus West Ham. Now I think this for me has an Everton win written over it. Even though West Ham have great players on the counter, the likes of Antonio and others, they can definitely cause Everton a lot of threat. But with the way that Rafa Benitez sets up at home, especially after that draw against Man United, I'm going to go for Everton 2, West Ham 1, Everton just about edge it.
And now for 19th in the league against 8th in the league, it's Newcastle United against Tottenham Hotspur. And normally we'd just brush this aside.
True.
But my goodness, this is the most anticipated game of the weekend because it involves the richest club in the world, Newcastle United. I never thought I'd say that, Theo.
It's honestly insane. The Geordies are saved! Saudi magic!
But
But
they
what?
have
No,
to
there's no
start
buts.
getting some goals and some points.
Yeah,
They haven't
true.
got a win yet. They're nearly bottom of the league.
Dad,
They've got the
Tottenham-
worst defence in the league.
On paper in this game, Tottenham have a 78% chance of
Yeah,
winning.
yeah.
For being away from home, that's a ridiculous number.
Yeah.
Newcastle have a rubbish team. This could be a bit of a shock. But working against it is a full St James's Park. There will be incredible atmosphere. There will be a roar like they've never heard before. That is bigger news for that city than it's had for ages. Will the fans win them this game?
Wow, you got me so excited. I'm going to go to Newcastle, Theo. Come on, let's get in the car.
Wait, we're going?
Yeah, let's go.
Should we go?
Yeah, let's go. It's Newcastle. Lovely people. Great ale. Theo, do you know what? This could work either way. This incredible news could either make the players really nervous or they could go out there and thump Tottenham.
Okay, well,
it really could go either way.
Let's go for player for Spurs. What's going to be the threat? Harry Kane.
Heung-min Son, Theo.
We watched Kane against Hungary. That's not Harry Kane.
No,
That's
no.
a different human.
Yeah, it is.
The ball nearly flew at us at that volley at the back post. I was like, you just looked at me and said, that's not Harry Kane, mate. And we love him.
Yes.
But he's not the player to beat Newcastle at the moment. And he loves a goal at St James's Park too. You know, Romero, Lo Celso, they're all coming back from South America and have a game 60 hours before this one. It's not really looking their way.
Tottenham Hotspur are not scoring this season. They've got 6 goals in 7 games, and we know the reason. Harry Kane's not bagging. But Heung-min Son, Theo, has been special. I think they might spoil the party here. We're expecting an amazing game, great atmosphere. We will get that atmosphere. I'm going 1-0 to Spurs.
This game will never end 1-0 to Spurs. There's literally no chance. With the atmosphere around the ground, there will be at least 2 or more goals. I think a 1-1 draw is very possible, but I'm going to go one step forward. I think the atmosphere, especially the home fans, the Geordies, will do enough in this game to stop Newcastle. Yes, they might not have the best team on paper. Yes, there's going to be much improvement coming forward. But I think the fans will win this. Newcastle 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. And I'm confident that they will do enough to get this result.
And I can't wait to go up there on Sunday.
Yeah, then why predict 1-0 Spurs?
I know.
Look at this guy. I back the Geordies. I back the 2.
Babs, what do you reckon, pal?
Newcastle versus Nando's FC, aka Tottenham. Listen, the Saudis have taken over, and I really think the Newcastle fans are going to be up for this game. Even the Newcastle players, and even if Steve Bruce is there, with his 1,000th game if possible, I think Newcastle are going to be up for this game. And yes, Spurs have just beaten Aston Villa, but yo, listen, I'm an Arsenal fan. What do you expect me to say? Harry Kane's not really in the best of form either. Heung-min Son is being Heung-min Son, but you know what? I'm going to say it. I think Newcastle got this. The Saudis are here to take over, and it's Nando's FC, biggest bottlers in history. Newcastle 2, Tottenham 1. It is what it is.
And finally, Arsenal in 11th against Crystal Palace in 14th. It's another London derby, North London against South London. Now, Arsenal, Theo, over the last 4 games, have been the best team in the league, 10 points.
Yeah, it's going to be weird seeing Patrick Vieira returning to face Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah.
Did I ever think that was going to happen? No, I thought, if anything, he'd be managing Arsenal at some point, but clearly hasn't done enough in his previous managerial positions to get a job like Arsenal. I think it'll be a big jump. What's this game going to be like? There's going to be a mutual respect between the two clubs. We've not seen that for a while, have we?
I think it could be a decent game. Crystal Palace have been okay this season.
Yeah.
Michael Olise scored, I think it was on his debut, which is great to see. He's a very talented young player. 1 win, 4 draws. It's not bad, Theo. I think it'll be a tight game, low scoring, 1-0 to Arsenal.
I think it's very likely that Palace score in this game, but I think it's even more likely Arsenal win. 2-1 is a prediction that I was very tempted to say. But then I looked at Arsenal's defence. I think Tomiyasu, the new boy, Ben White at the back, Gabriel's come back. Tierney needed a rest. And you know what? After international break, I don't know if he played for Scotland, but I think there's enough there to keep a clean sheet against Palace. I'm going to back them to win 2-0. But 2-1, I was tempted to say it. I just want to give a shout out to Emil Smith-Rowe whilst I've got the moment. I watched his goal for the under-21s for England. Electric pace.
Yeah.
It was an incredible counter-attack. He spearheaded it. And my God, I've not seen that from him. He's done well the last time he was at home in the Emirates in North London Derby. He's been doing it for his country under 21. Smith-Rowe is the man right now. I'm really happy to see that. And maybe he'll get an England debut soon. I'll be excited by that. But Arsenal to win, for sure. Babs, you're an Arsenal fan. Are you going to end it with a win against Vieira?
And finally, the most gargantuan team in the league, Arsenal Football Club and Crystal Palace, Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace. This is not going to be an easy game for Arsenal. Even though Arsenal might be 4 games undefeated, Crystal Palace are a tricky little team. The likes of Zaha, Elise, Edouard, plus Patrick Vieira. Yeah, I'm not really that confident going into this game. But regardless, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to go for an Arsenal win, especially because we're at home. I'm going to go for Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 1, but this is going to be a very close game. And yeah, as I said, I am not that confident. But that has been your boys' predictions. Thank you very much to Thogden and Thogden for hosting you, boy. You guys have a gargantuan channel and a fantastic community, so big up the comments and big up you too as well. Listen, Arsenal, it's over to you. Up the Gunners.
The Premier League is back. I just love talking about it. It's just like, we do this anyway. You and me would sit down over a breakfast, whatever, and talk about Premier League. The fact we turn on the camera doesn't really make it any different. I hope you guys enjoy that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. We live and breathe football. Let us know what you think in the comments, and I can't wait to get up to Newcastle on Sunday. Come on the tune.
I'm buzzing for it. Please subscribe for more English Premier League content and smash 20,000 likes because, well, first of all, I'm about to get 4 Leon tattoos on my arse. Second of all, you're all going to subscribe. And third of all, let's just break a new milestone because the international break's over. Come on, let's go. See you in a bit.
See ya.
Bye.